Good morning. Happy new moon in Virgo, everyone. Today this is our channeled message for the new moon. I literally woke up a little bit ago, meditated, got on my mat for a few minutes, did my few little things. I had this, I got the message a few days ago that it was going to be the morning of, that I got the downloads and that I got the message for this new moon. And it's very fascinating. It's very fascinating. I've already grounded, and so please pause the video and ground and bubble yourself. Do whatever it is that you need to do. And for anyone new here, hello, welcome. My name is Sarah. I am a channel, and today we are channeling messages. I go, to the highest and greatest good of all involved and invested. I set the intention that no negativity is allowed in my voice box. It is only the white light of God. I go directly to source, and my guides, my angels come through. Sometimes it's very quantum. We do multidimensional work around here. So although it is my guides, sometimes it is a fractal of me as a guide of mine in a paradigm in another dimension. The angels, the guardian angels came through. So my guardian angels, yes, but your guardian angels as well. And my alien ET came through, I think it was the full moon in Aquarius, so fitting that she reminded us and you that you have galactic beings that are trying to communicate with you, that are there for you, that are not, your higher self, that are not your soul, that are actual beings, actual consciousnesses that are here to connect to you. And so I'm going to start with the conversation of the pictures they're showing me. And again, if you're new here, my guides show me images over here, and then usually I have images over here. And even as I'm talking to you, I have like a portal that's opening and, benevolent entities that are coming in over here. So it's very conscious. And the word that had come through first off was distractions. We know that new moons, we are meant to hold the highest and greatest good. The air is like an eager waiter. The everything that you say, everything that you declare around a new moon is like, got it. Okay, on it. It's a bad day, got it. More of that. No parking spaces, never again. But if you keep that highest image of the future that you're birthing and creating, financial freedom, amazing, money coming in, soul partnerships, soul contracts, all these things, like, okay, awesome, on it. So the word that had come through when I asked, what is this going to be about, was, distractions. And also distractions to the point of, for example, when I pull cards around a full moon, I just like let them fly, and I don't take anything seriously, because it's like my higher self even becomes this like peanut parent where it's woo, 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 woo. And so I don't make any big decisions around those times. We know this language, but it's not as though the connection to my spirit team or to your spirit team is severed. It just says that we came as the masters to master our reality. We came to the earth school as a mastery school. And so I've talked about this before, and I just want to preface, it's just literally like flip books of all information and things that they're showing me. And so I want to preface with, there's so many different things. So think of it as, we talked about this 2 weeks ago, we can idealize our guides. And, there was a great video that Sarah Eckhart, I want to say the alchemist, had put out about, spirit guide and spirit team that really resonated. And if I remember to, I'll put the link below. I'll put the link for her page. Very powerful being. And, Sarah, just from a Sarah to a Sarah, thank you so much for the work that you do. But we can really idealize and say, like, our spirit team, they're like outside of this paradigm, and like they're not gods. just like my alien ET was saying, they are entities, they are beings, they are not gods. It's only because we're seemingly stuck in this third dimensional matrix, this paradigm, that we don't recognize that we are spirit, source, God, having this human experience. We are fractals of God mixed with the lowest density of beings and can create with our thoughts, words, actions, and intentions. So it's just so fascinating to me. Even in this moment, they're definitely doing some clearing on making it very, very clear to me. And, I'm just offering that to you. So just really just sit back and receive this clearing of, we are so powerful. We are so powerful. Our thoughts and words create our paradigm. We run the video game. That's really, take a moment to sit back with how powerful that is. You're probably not going to chit chat as much anymore. I'm not going to either. And this is going to be instantaneous. A lot of what we talk about today is going to be very instantaneous. So really sit with it. Just sit with it. That's something that I've heard from people who do silent retreats, people that, have big moments. And then you're just like, if what I say creates instantly, and they're saying that's the world that we are walking into, that's the world that we go into, the fifth dimension, the third, whatever you've pegged as behind the door is after the flash of, whatever you've decided the word is for the next volume, the next chapter, the next book of the human experience that we experience in human form. It's instantaneous. So we're learning that reality now. They're literally just showing me you at a random work situation. Think of, I never watched the show The Office, but they're showing me like an office like that. And so you show up and it's morning. I don't have a face on, so couldn't care less. I say that, but I do sometimes. It's so my grandmother, my mother, I don't have a face on, let me go put a face on. It's like I have a face on. So The Office, and you show up at the office and one day you're just not complaining anymore. Be like, oh, you don't want to complain anymore. Oh, you don't even want to talk about the weather. And you're like, no, I'm building a paradigm. I don't want to talk about the weather. I don't want to talk about what that person did yesterday. I want to, if you're creating something or if you're building a universe, I'd love to talk to you about that. If you're working through something, I'd love to talk to you about that. But I'm not wasting my precious space. We literally only have so many words on this planet to speak. This is Virgo, so I know how intense these words I'm saying are, but it's Virgo season, it's a Virgo new moon. So it's you only have so many words to speak in this lifetime. Now they're showing me just books that every single word that you've ever said is documented in books. And that when you leave the planet, you're like, here's your script, here's what you'd said. And you're like, oh my God. Did I really talk about that person? Did I really judge that blouse they were wearing? Did I really waste my time doing that? They're just saying those are the biggest distractions. They want you to actually focus on, this is so layered. So they're trying to distract you from the massive distractions of the outer world, like the Uranus and the Pluto transits and the falling of the empires and the chaos and the division. They're literally trying to distract you with those distractions to keep you distracted on your highest and greatest good. So we want you focused so much on the words that you speak. It's this, it's run by Mercury, this new moon. Be so aware of the words you speak, the texts you send, the emails you send. They're trying to literally be hyper-focus here so that you don't pay attention to that. Yeah, they want to distract you with distractions. I'm so in love with this message. I'm just so in love with this message. I'm asking who, not the entity, but the message that this is coming from. And they're saying this is from our higher selves, the energy of our higher selves. And I have a whole It's donation based, but it's a guided meditation on meeting your higher self. If you've never met your higher self, use the word max, MAX, and it makes the download completely free. So, I mean, like, you could pay a penny, but if you wanted to donate, go right ahead. But I'd been given permission from the energy of all of our higher selves to connect every one of you to your higher selves. So if you've never met your higher self before, that digital download, that is for you. The link is below. I'll link the actual one to it, but it's like all digital downloads. It's my Gumroad, so definitely go check that out. All right, they're painting a picture. It's you driving, windows are down. There's like Fleetwood Mac playing. It's like just classic rock is playing. It's like you're driving around the back shore. That's where I live, so definitely DuckDuckGo Backshore Drive, and you'll see what I mean by that. It's just like the ocean. It's so beautiful. And they're just seeing us focus on the ocean. And then I look over to the side that has the houses and the hotels, and every single one of them is like they're saying metaphorical, they're like on fire. They're just saying like, that's the changing world. That's the changing world. They just focus on the ocean and focus on the beauty and focus on the music and just literally stay distracted. And they're just showing me you walking down the street with like seemingly boom boo doo boo doo boo doo 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 boo doo boo doo music on, and you're just like, and there's chaos and there's all these things happening, and it's like you're just dancing through it because you know it's not real. Like when it's funny now, it's like I'm seeing you walk by and then I'm looking over at people that are like screaming, and they're like, it's kind of like, you know, that line in the sand that we were talking about a little while ago, and they're like, you're on the other side, you're on the other side, and someone's like, how can you not care about this crumbling, burning building? And then they accidentally like touch the building and it's a hologram, like it's not real, and they're like, what? It's not real? None of this is real? And then they're just seeing you look back and you're like winking, and then it's like so many people are boom, 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 and it's just I just kept going like, where are they going? And you're like, you just keep walking. You just keep walking away from that. But then it's like, I see, you know, a you, and you're just like back in your home and you're walking in circles, because it's not a planet that we go to. It's not a different world that we go to. But it's just like distracting yourself with what brings you joy and what, you know, makes you happy. Like for some of you, I want you house hunting now. I literally want you house hunting every single day. If that's something that you see in your mind's eye in the future, that you own property, but you don't own property now, start researching homes. Literally, and start taking little road trips to areas. If you don't want to live in the area that you're living in right now, then start to take drives to the area that you would want to live in, and drive down all the little side roads, and drive down. Like the jeweler in the town that I grew up in is closing. She's retiring. So I went for the, you know, VIP sale, and I bought a little necklace that I'm wearing right now. And literally, I know those roads like the back of my hand. I know those roads. I could take twists and turns, and I know every single side road, everything. And so get to know the neighborhood that you want to be living in, and if you're not sure where it is, I'm just hearing like your adventure awaits. Your adventure awaits. I'm asking about travel because I've heard a lot of channelers talking about how travel changes, and they're saying like travel is different. Travel does change, but that's a distraction right now, Sarah. They're saying like, focus on, do you want to rent or do you want to buy? Like, you're on your deathbed, do you own the house or do you rent the house? Like, go to that. This is bigger stuff. Like, it's earth energy. It is mutable earth energy, but they want you to really focus from now until Capricorn season, from earth season to earth season, and really like change your trajectory. Really change it. And really recognize that they're showing me one of my recommendations to you, which is, if you say, I'm a self-made multimillionaire, and that you have the internal eye roll and you're just like, no, I'm not, no, I'm not. And I ask you to pull back to like 10,000 or 100,000 or whatever it may be. They actually want you to stay at the million and do mirror work with it and repeat it over and over and over and over and over and over and over until that eye roll goes away. They want you to like really like take the steps for the massive future image. They're just showing me that this time period for like the rest of 2024, they're showing me is like chaos energy, but then a bigger chaos energy. And that's very mutable. It's very, they're just like saying like focusable. Like it's very difficult. If you're able to focus in this energy, that is mastery. If you're able to keep yourself in your play, in your joy, in your happiness, in your jovialness, in your like boom, 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 like cartoonness, like just a little bit more like a little bit more like you're saying like Sarah, like like spackles on your face and roll it around in paint and like find your version of quirky, of kooky, of whatever it may be. They're showing me like this Halloween season could be a great catalyst for that. For a lot of people that are like, oh, I don't like Halloween. It's like, go to the trauma and put on the pirate uniform and go outside and play and like give candy to the trick-or-treaters. Like do it, like actually do it. Or dress up at home and make your own sugar-free candy and enjoy, like, we did the mash. Like have a Halloween party maybe. Do something that's like very celebratory during this time period. Do you know how important the violinists on the side of the Titanic were? Like, I know I make that joke, but do you know how important that is? In my self-mastery program that's launching today, it's a 6-week program or a 6-chapter program, if you will. I don't want to tell you you have to do it week by week. And, it's on sale for $444 this week. It's an $800 program, but I'm offering it as the launch to $444. So all of the links will be below for that. And, you can link through my website, wherever is easier for you. And in the link tree for all the links in my About section on YouTube, if you're watching, we're obviously watching this on YouTube. But like creative expression is the key to all of this. And it can be overlooked in a way where it's like, I have to be productive. I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to focus here. You can't, Dr. Joe Dispenza, let me rephrase, Dr. Joe Dispenza, you can manifest in the 3rd dimensional matrix and like work hard and hustle and get the thing and stuff, but it takes tons of time. So why not change the vibration and change your internals and change your thought processing and become that version of you? But play is one of the easiest, fastest, most efficient ways to create the worlds that you're creating. They're asking if we have any questions, and they first wanted to highlight again, you're all doing a really great job. The people, the souls that are here at this table, that are in this community that this video has found, you're all doing a really great job. So your team, your guidance team, your angels, your archangels, your higher self, your soul, like you're doing a great job. The video I posted this morning was like, please be kind to yourself, take some pressure off. I was asking like if there's anything that we need to know or anything that we need to do. And they had just, my higher self was just like, no, I can't. There's a lot that they can't tell us, which is our own, how do I say? If all time and space and everything's happening all at the same time, and we're not allowed to know something, we're not supposed to know it. So I don't try to like run up the rainbow stairs anymore in the video game just to waste time. I just go into the paradigm that I'm in, and I focus on the paradigm that I'm in, and I work in the paradigm that I'm in. If I'm not supposed to be able, if I'm just gonna shake the door, why can't I open the door? Why can't I see behind the door? I'm just gonna be in the paradigm that I'm in. If it's not in your paradigm, it is not real. They want you to find a mantra. This came up in a client session recently. If it is not in your paradigm right here and right now, and you have no control over it, it's not real. Truly. Focus on what is here and now, what you can do right now in your paradigm, in your community, your home, your family, your team, your flock. Look to your local community. Do things with local people. Know who your people are. Whatever you need to do to set up in certain uncertainty, do it. And this is like, when I was growing up, we didn't have cell phones. So it was always like, if anything bad happens, this is the tree in the backyard where we meet, and everybody just meets there. That was literally it. That was literally all we needed to know, is you meet at that tree in the backyard. And that's, if anything was to go down, that's where we'll all be. So I know in this ever-changing technological world, the AI can manipulate my voice, can manipulate your voice, it can manipulate our pictures. So I saw this the other day for a parent where she was like, have a safety word, have a, we've seen it in, the premonitory Harry Potter, we've seen it in, I'm so into the Rings of Power right now. So remember in like the last episode of season 1, when Galadriel was like, where did we first meet? Like, have a question that that person, like your VIPs, your ride or dies, like who's getting in the car and who's meeting at the tree, basically. So, and for my people, I'm the only one meeting at the tree. So I see you and I honor you and I love you. So if this isn't for you, please, I understand. Like literally my brain is doing the same thing. So I'm just honoring you, that if you're with yourself during this time period, first of all, we contracted that. This is part me as well. And I applaud you, because how baller is it to be like, yeah, for the biggest change in this world, I chose to be with myself and go through this without any assistance, without anything like that. Like that's pretty wild. That's pretty, like that's a master amongst masters. So give yourself a pat on the back for that. For everyone that is responsible, that has a soulmates, children, husbands, wives, people like that are in that VIP, then, have a question that you would ask if you were to get a call. I've, kidnapped your child. Ask the kid a question, have a safety word, because if AI can manipulate that, like don't pay the Venmo, don't pay the bill, don't do it if they don't answer that question. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? And so in the midst of certain uncertainty, I wrote about this on Substack the other day, I just do a few things. I just spoke about this with my family yesterday. Just always have gas in the car, full tank of gas, have food in the house, have water, have a life straw, have these things so that when there is some version of a hiccup in the external, just close the blinds, hang out at home. If you have electricity, you watch movies. If not, you just kind of like hang out, read a book, paint, have some art in the house, have some yarn, some knitting, and wait for it to blow over. You need a certain level of disassociation to function as a human right now. And I'll put the link I have a whole video on that. I'm covered in paint. So yeah, don't get distracted with the distractions. To wrap it all up, I realize we're 24 minutes in, 24. To wrap it all up, distract yourself with healthy distractions and focus on the words, the spells that you're speaking. And do not let yourself get distracted by the purposeful distractions from the external. Connect to your higher self. Listen to your body, and also recognize around new moons and full moons, it's that like whoop, whoop, whoop from our spirit team, that not that you're disconnected from them, but it's kind of like if Earth is a mastery school, since it is, sometimes you're out experiencing. Like in university, you're not always in class at all times. Sometimes you're writing, sometimes you're doing other things, sometimes you're experiencing the world. So think of new moons and full moons. Those are our times to flow with the cycles of the moon, to master our reality, but we don't have as much assistance. So go out there and be that master. Be the baller. Be the one who's not distracted by those distractions, but stays distracted on the fun things that they love. Like, I want you obsessed with something, truly, especially my projectors and human designs. Like, what are you obsessed with? Comment below. Even if you're not a projector in human design, please comment below. What are you obsessed with? Like, what makes you a nerd? Tolkien. I love Tolkien. I love Lord of the Rings. I love The Hobbit, The Rings of Power. I'm absolutely obsessed. I'm like, can see on my shelf the Silmarillion, and I know that I have to read it from start to finish. I promised myself before I died I would do that. I love it so much. I love knitting. I love rolling around on canvases in paint. I love, Italian. I love learning how to speak Italian. I love these things so much. I love channeling. I love processing with you. I'm a nerd, dude. I'm an absolute nerd. Love coffee so much. Yeah, if you want to talk about Tolkien's world, I'll go down the rabbit hole with you. I'll go down the rabbit hole. What are you obsessed with? Yeah. I think I want to like knit little things for Christmas for people. I had done coffee koozies for a while, like a few years ago. So I have a prototype going, and it's not for this. It's for like the US size cup where you just like, it's like the little koozie that you put in there. But I'm trying to, if you are a knitter and you have an idea, cause like I use these cups, I was thinking maybe like a little like hot pad, or, you could use it as a dishcloth. I don't really know, but I want to knit something adorable for Christmas time for gifts. But yeah, if you're a knitter, please send me along a recipe. But yeah, what are you just cuckoo pants obsessed over? Swan dive into it. Get all up in it and distract yourself with that. I love this message. Please comment below, like this video, share this video. I know I don't say that enough, but I really am appreciating how YouTube has been sharing my all signs reading, all these different things, but these messages, these channeled messages are so potent and powerful. The, vibration that comes through my voice and like looking into my big old bug eyes, it's really unlocking things for you. So please share this with someone that you think could benefit from it. Please comment, please like the video, please, anything at all is so helpful to get these messages to every single being, every single light on this planet that needs them. I love you, I'm proud of you. Let me know how I can best support you. Happy new moon.